and the sun is shining. It is a beautiful Monday afternoon in the capital city of Edmonton. A light breezy 21 degrees. I hope you're enjoying your day. It is summer, July 8th, and today was my first day of summer session, so I just came out of spin and life is good. Sun is out. It's a good day. Anyways, so I wanted to share a little bit of a video blog here about sandbagging and how that relates to being too hard on yourself or being so hard on yourself. So I didn't quite know what this meant. This was a term that was recently introduced to me yesterday, in fact. So, and you may have heard this before, you may not have. So the whole idea of what a sandbagger is somebody who sort of plays at a lower level, so really working at about 75 to 85% of their capacity. And so again, that idea of if you work for an organization or in an office, they give you 12 hours to do what in fact takes about 4 hours or so. So when you get the job done in a crunch in 3.5 to 4 hours, everybody thinks you're this great big hero, but really that's the amount of time that it only needs to take. But it's really that excuse to slack off and to not be accountable. And so this whole accountability piece is a very broad and in-depth subject and concept to really wrap your head around. So I invite you to check out Pillar 1 of the Creator's Code, I Embrace Personal Accountability, to see how that fits in, because I won't get into that in this section. So this whole idea of sandbagging and not really working at your full capacity reminded me of this Marianne Williamson post that I read on Facebook. And so I'll just share it with you. So Marianne writes, "Many years ago someone said to me, 'Marianne, you're so hard on yourself, and the reason you're so hard on yourself is because you're so easy on yourself.' It was one of the wisest things anyone ever told me, and it has guided me ever since. Sometimes we're too easy on ourselves, lacking self-discipline and giving ourselves slack in places where we simply shouldn't. Then we're loaded with guilt and suffering. The only way to end the torture of self-condemnation is to try to live a life that earns your self-respect." So this little post really poked at me, pissed me off, to be honest, because I've gotten consistent feedback over the years of, "Chelsea, you're so hard on yourself. You're so hard on yourself. You're too hard on yourself." And for me, the beliefs or the response to that is, well, nothing I do, I'm never really satisfied with it. It's just never good enough. It could always be a little bit better. I don't really feel like I put my heart and soul into it. And just that whole, for me, it's beliefs around what I do being good enough and who I am being good enough. And also beliefs in my limitations in my capacity. So just huge deception around what I'm actually capable of doing consistently and sustaining that. So I have this capacity, and I believe lies about myself that I can't. And it's just a bunch of BS, to be honest. So I just invite you to consider that. So where in your life are you playing small, and what game are you playing? So for me, my whole 75 to 85%, I'll call it Chelsea's B+ game. And to be honest, Chelsea's B+ game looks pretty darn good compared to average. So it's kind of why I can easily kind of slip by or sneak by playing that level of a game, because it still looks pretty darn good from the outside. But I know in my heart that I'm so hard on myself because I'm capable of greater. I'm capable of more. And I'm really just keeping myself small as an excuse to slack off. So, food for thought and something for you to ponder is, where in your life are you playing at less than your A game? And what are the consequences of that in your life? So how does that show up? How does that feel? And what is it going to take for you to step up and truly own your capacity and let go of all the BS that keeps you playing small? Because in fact, it's not easier. It's painful, and it's really dangerous in the long run. So, what's the next step up for you to play your A game in whatever life area that may be? So, thank you for listening to my little post right in front of the Student Union building on U of A campus here. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday, and stay tuned for further thoughts and reflections as they come up. Until next time.